What's up, everybody? It's your boy Scotty P, and we're here for episode 11 of the Scotty P Breakdown. I'm excited to bring to you today Kade Ruotolo. This kid is an absolute monster. He's only like 19 years old, and the moves he was doing in this tournament were truly mind-blowing. In a sense that, one, it's funny that these videos are just lost in a catalog of matches that not many people are seeing, and he's just so intuitive and creative in his roles. It's really hard to even understand what's going on. So I'm excited to show it to you. If you have any comments or you know of what's going on, leave a comment down below. Hit like or subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get into it. All right, first matchup. First tip, don't wear these pants at ADCC Trials, okay? So he pretty much clears the hand, gives a double pummel for double unders, lifts them up, slams them to the ground. I'm going to speed it up here because he kind of grinds them out for a little bit and gets them out, and they get a reset. Now, on the reset, he essentially pummels his shin. He goes to knee on belly, and he waits for the push, and as soon as he does, he sets up that darce choke. He rolls all the way through, and then he makes sure he pretty much gets close to his hips to fold that neck even more. I mean, that's textbook darce choke right there. I'm going to show it to you one more time just because is that money. But as soon as they start, he's going to pummel to knee on belly, and he waits for him to shove him. And as soon as he does, he just feeds that arm right underneath, locks up the darce, rolls all the way through. Primo. Let's move on to the next one. All right. This is one of those matches that's mind-blowing to me. That's just one of thousands of matches, that you can watch on Flow Grappling. But check this out. One, don't keep your hands near your hips, because Ruotolo is just going to run you down for that. All right, you're going against the best guys, you keep your hands up. So this dude goes for a leg lock, and he rides it out, spins with it, and is putting pressure on his hooks. Now, this is where stuff gets wild. Pay attention, because this happens fast. He's going to rotate, and he turns it into like a bolo. Goes and takes this dude back, rolls one more time to the far side, and this dude still creates a scramble, but look, Ruotolo just gets up and does a jumping darce. What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? I'm going to run that back so you can see that again. He essentially just squeezes the life out of the kid after he gets the darce. I'm going to run it back to when the kid goes for the leg entry. He just rolls through, turns it into a bolo. And as he keeps countering, watch, he just decides to just get up, jumping darce. Because the dude, when he gets up, he's like committed to coming forward with his head and arm. Kade reads that and jumps straight to a darce choke. Gets it finished in under a minute. Truly wild, guys. Run that back. Watch it again. I had to watch this way too many times. All right, let's move on. So this dude, he was really wearing out with, like circling around and trying to go around his guard, which I've said before I wouldn't recommend. But Kade is so fast, he's so long, so technical that he's really able to burn people out. Now, this initial entry is before the 3 minutes, so no points are scored here. And the dude does finally get some separation, but Kade just pretty much runs it back again and does it again for the points. Which is smart, because then he's able to score points. So watch. Look, he's going to step on that shin right there with his foot and then use that to sling himself around. Right? And look, he goes wide chest, settles down, and gets the pass. For some money points. And I want to show you guys like one more thing. That it's a position I end up in. I've been confused on what to do lately, and he just makes it look so natural and easy on what to do. But he essentially comes forward with this knee right here, and the dude like grabs a grip on the knee and then kind of like squeezes that leg. So I've been there before. I'm coming forward, and then Kade just essentially grabs his hip, rolls him over, and jumps to mount. I'm gonna run it back one more time. Again, I've been in this position where I'm coming forward with the knee and then someone locks their legs around my knee, but my foot and my hip are on the outside. Well, all he does here is he's grabbing his outside leg, rolls him over, and then just grabs his hip and then flips him all the way through and then jumps to mount. Like, I want to know, is this something he's drilling? Is this something he's just figured out from all the mat time with his brother? I mean, this is like next level shit right here. But that's how the match ends. He's up 6 points. I think he scores even more. Yeah, he ends up getting a 9. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. All right, here he's going against Kieran Kachuk. And this dude's a savage. I mean, he's a finisher sub-only champ, I believe, and he also won EBI, I think. 6 submissions, really good leg locker. I mean, the definition of a savage grappler. But Kade just has some really badass transitions that I want to show you guys. So look, Kieran's going to enter it on a leg via the false reap. And look, so Kade's going to continue to roll. And I want you to pay attention to how he's pushing down on that leg and rolling simultaneously. All right, now check this out. Once he gets the right roll, he kicks him back over and is now attacking Kieran's back. Which is just like, I know Kieran's thinking like, how the hell? And that's what I'm thinking watching it. So if you got to see that again, rewind it back because he does it again and I'm going to show it to you guys right now. All right, so here's later in the match. There's still no point score, so they're going back and forth, and Kieran's doing a good job of keeping his guard. But I'm going to show you here again where he goes for this entry. And look at the pressure that Kade's putting on him. A little reset. So look, he feeds for the false reap, rolls for it. Kade continues to roll, clears the hooks. Now look, he's rotating while also pushing down on that foot. Now look, he pretty much tucks that knee and then uses it to turn it into a back take. Like, this is something I started drilling the other day because I saw this and I was like, yo, wow. It's something I added in because I wanted to drill it. But it's truly wild. And now check it out. He turns it into a head and arm, and then he's going to use this to retake the back and get the finish. With a rear head and arm choke. Straight up money. I'm telling you guys, you're going to have to rewatch this. I had to watch it 10, 20 times. No joke. And I'm drilling it now. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so we're at match number 5, and he's going against Majeed, who competed in both the East and West Coast Trials and the Brazilian Trials. Killing everybody. He was doing really well, but he just kept meeting his match with some of the best guys, and it happens. But look how they're going to be. They're both on the side, and the time's running down for that 3 minutes. And Kade just makes it a point to make sure he stays on top. Majeed comes up for a sweep. But Kade makes sure he stays on top. And again, that's that mindset, not just accepting bottom. Majeed come up, Kade just throws him right down. Now check out this pass. Notice how he's like constantly changing directions and pummeling his hips, and he essentially gets his knees really close together, and then he does like a back step. Right to a pass, holds him down, scores a point. So he got 2 for throwing him down, and then he scores another 3 for this pass. And that's how he ends up winning, which is pretty money. Now look how Majeed rolls through and he flows with it. Use that little bit of that knee slide to stay forward. Now watch, he's going to turn this into like a like a bear trap, I'm almost certain. Look, he's going to step over his head and his leg while attacking that arm. Like, straight up money stuff. Just coming up with creative ways to be offensive. And Majeed tries to like manipulate his arm and try to go for some straight arm locks and a wrist lock, but Kade's got too much control and too much maneuverability, so he's able to get out really easy. But again, just master class that he's doing this to some of the dangerous guys in the world. All right, let's move on to the next one. Look at that. Look at those wrist locks real quick. Brutal. Doesn't even faze him. All right, so now we're in the semifinals. He's going against PJ Barch, and PJ Barch got to the semifinals of the West Coast Trials as well. So really good competitor, always brings the heat. But I'm going to show you this winning sequence here. PJ goes in on him, and Kade is just amazing with this whizzer. Uses it to a rolling Kade Basami. Now check this out. He's going to use this to score. He pulls his leg out and throws it over the other leg, so he's almost in a reverse mount, and they give him points for that. And he dives in on a leg, and he kind of cuts PJ a little bit, so they got to pause it. But I'm just going to show you that one more time. He uses the Kade Basami as a sweep instead of just attacking the leg. He uses it to get on top. And usually the leg that you flip him over with is in between their legs, so it wouldn't normally count. But he pulls it out and slips it over his leg, so it's like a reverse mount, and they give him points. So he's whizzering. Hits the roll. He pretty much hips forward and pulls his leg out. And so, I mean, that's like so close. Those points are, I mean, that's hard to read right there. It's really hard to read, but they give him points, and he does what he needs to stay ahead. Essentially just after this, there's like a long break for them to clear up that cut, and he essentially just holds on to his leg to get the win, which is dope. But yeah, I want to go ahead and move on to the finals because there's a lot I want to show you. All right, so he's going against William Tackett, who goes to the West Coast Trials and wins it there. But there's so much to cover in this match. You should definitely check it out if you can. And I want to show you this badass foot sweep that he hits. It's just money. So look, he goes a tie up with him, and he kind of just pushes and drags, and then boom, just hits him with a foot sweep and puts him right down. Like, he literally makes it look like magic, which is dope. It really makes me want to work on my foot sweeps. Y'all should too. But let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to show you here later at the end of the match how they both tie it up on each other, 2-2. Yep, so Tackett goes in on a double. Again, Kade hits him with this whizzer. And they kind of go back and forth here a little bit. William decides to pull him down and try to go for his back. But notice that grip that he has on William. And he passes it over, and he's able to keep it like stretched out so that he can keep the angle. And he just pretty much turns his hips over so that he can end up on top. Just smart play, great fundamentals. And they're going to give him 2 points for that. But Tackett ties it right back up by scoring 2 of his own. He essentially goes for a leg entry, then Kade goes for a leg attack, and William uses that to get up. I'll show it to you. It's like a little wild scramble here. My knees hurt watching this. But Kade goes for that heel hook, and William uses it to get up, and they award him 2 points for that. And then they go into overtime. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the overtime piece. So they get a reset with Kade in like a headquarters position on top. All right. And William Tackett just makes a mistake, and Kade capitalizes on it. So if you notice here, he's got this hook in, and he goes to pass his arms through. And when he does, Kade reads that and pummels his arm straight through to hold a head and arm. You see that? You see where that space gets created? He pummels his arm through and pretty much just holds all the pressure on the head and arm. And it's this sequence that pretty much, changes the judges' minds. Really tips the scale in his balance for the ref's decision. But it was a fire match between the both of them. And he essentially just holds him down for the last 30 seconds. And they get like one more scramble right when the time ends. But again, mind-blowing performance. The way he's able to, his whizzer is amazing, for one. The way he's able to utilize to keep people from getting to his back. And then his darce chokes are fire. I've been watching nonstop darce defense and tips on how to make my darce better. And that sick rear head and arm choke, which we saw Tackett land later, use it to land on somebody in the West Coast Trials, which is pretty wild. But yeah, overall, killer performance. It's truly, we can't grasp how good this kid is. He's only going to get better, He probably does way better in the practice room. So I'm excited to watch him at ADCC. I hope you guys learned something. I sure as hell did. I've been working on my bolo counters to the Ashi entries, or DOA. Like anytime someone enters a leg, how you can literally just modify their hips a little bit and then tuck your knee and you turn it into a hook that you can use to bolo them. Some wild ass shit, guys. But I appreciate you tuning in. If you got something to add, leave it in the comments below. Hit like or subscribe. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you. We're out.